This is Jen Cedar, and for my storytelling assignment, I did the story Sometimes I Feel Like a Fox by Danielle. And I want to tell you a little bit about this project. So I was first introduced to this story when working with families on Pheasant Rump First Nation, and it's something that I have included in many story kits and events that I host using plastic animals and stuffed animals. But now I have a set of flannel animals to add to the storytelling experience. So it's great. So when I'm using this story at an event, or if I was using it at an early learning center, I would pair it well with an about me unit or an emotions unit, because the story is about our deeper inner selves and our inner world. And so I think it would really pair well in addition to those things. I also pair it well with nature units and just general connection to the land and animal units as well. So in discussion with the children, I would start by asking or saying, do you remember how we had those big discussions about feelings, about feeling happy, about feeling sad, about feeling angry? And I would say, in this book, Owen is exploring his feelings through animal masks, and the totems represent how he feels, and he's trying them on. So while we're listening, can you pick an animal that you think represents how you feel inside? So that's just a little way I would use it in discussion. So without further ado, here is my flannel version of Sometimes I Feel Like a Fox. Sometimes I Feel Like a Fox by Danielle. So the word totem or dudem in Anishinaabe means clan, and animal totems are known as animal guides. Animal guides instruct and protect us as we experience our lives, and in this story, Owen is going to explore the different totems. Sometimes I feel like a bear, strong and confident. I stand tall and I growl with those around me. Sometimes I feel like a deer, sensitive and kind. I listen to the sounds in the distance and I prance throughout the forest. Sometimes I feel like a beaver, busy and purposeful. I only use what I need to get the job done. Is anyone else around here a busy little beaver? I know I call my little girl a busy beaver all the time. Always on the move. Sometimes I feel like a butterfly, delicate and free. I spread my wings open and I flutter from flower to leaf. This one's one of my favorites. Sometimes I feel like a moose. Awkward, yet graceful. I move swiftly and silently with a gentle strength and wisdom. Sometimes I feel like an owl, intuitive and discreet. I fly across the dark night, silently, always watching and listening. So quiet. Ever heard an owl? You can hear them hoot, but you can't hear their wings. They're just silent. I love that. And sometimes rabbit, quick and alert. I like to eat my carrots and leap into new adventures. I think this one's like my daughter too. She's always leaping into new adventures. Sometimes I feel like a turtle, slow and quiet. I retreat into my shell and I find peace in solitude. Sometimes I feel like a wolf, intelligent and loyal. I surround myself with family and I howl, oh, into the moonlight. And sometimes I feel like a porcupine, innocent and curious. Yes. I have a big imagination and I know how to protect myself. Do you guys know how porcupines protect themselves? Yep, they've got quills and they will spike you. Yep. Sometimes I feel like a raven, dark and mysterious. I am both messenger and secret keeper, and I bring light from darkness. Sometimes I feel like a fox, sly and sharp. I observe all of those around me and then I disappear quickly. So that's all of the animals that Owen's trying on for his totems. Are there any that you guys feel like represent you? Are there any that are missing? Are there any animals on here that would represent you that we didn't talk about? So for the transition in this activity, I really like that it's very versatile. You could go on to a number of different subjects about this. You could continue moving on to another story about emotions. You could move into stories about animals. You can move into other activities, different learning stations. You could go on to an animal exploring station. We could go outside and make animal noises. We could look at animal tracks. We could go into more Anishinaabe cultural stories. We could even mix this with a move to lunchtime and talk about what the different animals would eat for lunch. And do you think that the animal that you feel like represents you would eat your lunch? Would you eat a different lunch? We could, so many different things that we could move into directly after this activity, which is one of the reasons why I really like using it in my story kits. So, yeah, just an awesome story all around, very versatile, and gets the kids thinking creatively about animals and about their connection to the land, and I love that. I just wanted to give you a little close-up how I made these flannel pieces. These are all made of flannel. I drew and cut out each one of these, and then I hand painted them with watercolors in different layers to get the different textures, because I'm really not great with scissors because I am left-handed, and so I didn't want to have to cut out each facial feature or each little different color layer on the masks. So that was my adaptation, and I was really happy with the way it turned out. So I might just keep making flannel pieces like this because I really like them. So yeah, have a good